All right, class, today we're going to create a Google form and we're going to create it inside our Essential Tech folder, and then we're going to share it with the rest of the class so that they can take our quiz. So Google Forms is another one of the kind of documents you can create in your Google Drive. So go to your Essential Tech folder, click New. Once you're in there, click New and go down here to More and choose Google Forms. Click on that. And now you'll see something called a Google form. This is not a Google Doc, like a Word document. This is not a spreadsheet. This is not a drawing. This is a different type of application, which is called a form. You can use this to take surveys from people. You can use it to give quizzes. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a quiz, 5-question quiz based on something that we know. And I'm going to walk you through how to do that. So the first step is you want to title your form. So I'm going to title this quiz Teachers at Fisher. So this quiz that I'm making up is something that I know very well, and it's called Teachers at Fisher. And I'm going to come up with some questions, and then you're going to take the quiz and see how you do. You are going to do the same thing on whatever topic you want. You can create a quiz over whatever topic you think you're an expert at and see if other people know as much as you do. So first of all, you'll notice that it automatically asks for an email address for you. So before we do anything, we're going to go up here to the settings and we're going to change a few things in here. Notice that in the settings, there's 3 tabs: General, Presentation, and Quizzes. In the General tab, you want to collect email addresses. That way, when people take the quiz, it automatically collects their email address. You want to give them a response receipt so that they can see their response, a copy of their responses that they signed in. You want to restrict it to Indian Prairie School District users and also limit it to 1 response. You don't want people spamming your quiz and answering it several different times. All right. You also want to give them the ability to edit their answers. Actually, no, we're not going to give them the ability to edit their answers after they submit it. But we will let them see a summary chart and text responses so that when they're done, they can see what other people answered and see how many people answered the same thing that they answered. So also go ahead and click Save there. Well, actually, I didn't have to do that quite yet. I could have clicked over on Presentation now as well. In the presentation area, we want to shuffle the question order. That way, the questions show up in a different order for the kids in case there's 2 kids taking the quiz next to each other. They're not like looking at their other. It makes it harder for them to cheat off of someone else. And then also the confirmation message, put something personalized in here. Thanks. Let's see how you did. And so they'll see that once they submit it, they answer their last question and submit it, they'll see that message. Thanks, let's see how you did. And they'll be able to see their results. And then we're going to make this a quiz. So click Make This a Quiz in the Quiz tab up here. And we will allow them to see their grade right after they submit it, and also the missed questions and the correct answers and the point values. So click Save, and we're ready to go. Now, notice it got rid of that email question. And that's because since I required it to be I required people to be logged in from Indian Prairie School District, it takes off that email question because it knows that it's basically going to collect that immediately from the students from Indian Prairie School District, or else it won't let them take it. So here we go. I'm going to create my first question. My first question is, who is the art teacher? And I'm going to give some choices as answers. I'm going to say Miss Freeze. I'm going to say Miss Rinkenberger. I might not know how to spell Miss Rinkenberger's name. I'm going to say Miss Bell. And I'm going to say Mr. Dwyer. So those are my answer choices. And notice one other thing I'm going to do. If I click on the 3 dots here, it allows me to shuffle the order of the options. So when I click that, now all of these options will be different for everyone that takes it. It'll be shuffled. So if kids are sitting next to each other, they won't see them in the exact same order. It just creates a little bit more trickiness when you're given a quiz. And now my answer key, if you click answer key, I'm going to choose the correct answer. And of course, that's Miss Freeze. So I'm going to go ahead and click edit question again. And now to see if it looks right, I go up here to the preview button, click preview, and you can see what it looks like from the perspective of the person taking the quiz. And notice it says, who is the art teacher? And I can see my choices here, and I can click whichever one. Also notice that the order of the answers was switched around, and notice that it's worth 1 point. All right, so click back on the pencil to go back to your form if you want to go back. So notice when I created that question, notice that it was worth 1 point automatically. You could change the number of points over here that it's worth, and you could also select more than one correct answer if you want to. I don't want to do that. I only want there to be one. Obviously, there's only one art teacher in here, but you could have selected more than one correct answer as well. Now we're going to create another question, and the best way to do that is just to click the duplicate button, and it will create the exact same question. And the good thing is it already has the shuffled option order selected, and it already has a correct answer in here of Miss Freeze. So I'm going to ask another question. Who is the facts teacher? And I'm going to change the first answer to Deasing, because that's Miss Deasing. And notice it already has the correct answer selected there, but it's going to shuffle the option order. So that's the easiest and quickest way to make a quiz is you can just change the answer. And I'll change a couple other names here. Let's try Miss Freeze. Let's try Miss Smith. Changing the answers here. And let's try, let's keep Mr. Dwyer just to see if people really know. Now I'm going to show you one more thing. We're going to add a picture to the facts teacher, and we're going to add a picture from the Google Drive, from Google. We're going to search Google, and we're going to say foods class. And we're going to choose one of these pictures to be used. Let's pick this one. It looks like someone that might be in a foods class. Let's see if I see a better one. Let's do this one. Click select, and it pops that picture right in there. Now this is kind of tricky. You can change the size of the picture. I didn't want it to be that big. Make it a little bit smaller. That's actually not Miss Deasing, right? That's just some random person that we found. But you can also click here and you could change the alignment. I want to center the alignment so that it's in the middle. You can click back on it and change the size if you want. So that's what it'll look like. Let's see what it looks like now when I click on the eyeball button up here. I can preview, and there it is. There's my first question. There's my second question. And you can see that it switched the orders, but the only correct one for this one is Miss Deasing. The only correct one for this one is Miss Freeze, because that's how I said it. All right, so I'm not going to show you all of my questions because you're going to have to take this. I already gave you 2 of the 5 answers. I'll finish this one on my own, but that's how you insert images. That's how you create questions. And when you're done with this, the way that you turn it in or let other people take it is you click on the send button up here, click send, and then you click on the link right here, and that gives you a link that people can take. And we're going to shorten that link. Click shorten URL and then copy it, and then go into Google Classroom and paste it as a comment on the assignment for your first form. Okay? And that's how you turn it in this time. You don't actually turn the form in. You paste the link as a comment in the Google form assignment on Google Classroom. When you're done with it, take everyone else's quiz, and then next week we'll talk about how you can look at the results from a quiz or from a form in using a spreadsheet. All right, that's it. Good luck today.